everybody, I'm Lois from Fitness Knocking, and today joining me is the lovely Mara Kimowitz from Stretchsource. Hey Mara, how are you today?
Hi, Lois. Hi everybody.
So I'm so excited to bring Mara in because we've been talking all month about recovery and what to do as far as warming up and making sure that you're stretching only at the end of your workout. And Mara and her team, they actually stretch you out. Partner stretching. It's like a massage with clothes on. It's amazing. You should totally go and check it out. So I'll put her info in the bottom. Now, we are so limited on time today because I have somebody coming to look at my house because my house is on the market. So,
It's so exciting and nerve-wracking all at once.
And I always have 10,000 things going on in my house. But you were saying earlier,
kids, right? Like
the tech committee, you're the what else? You're the tech committee, you're the food committee, you're the cleaning committee, you're the personal assistant for your kids now. So am I. It's insane. If you're doing that at home, I totally get it.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. So Mara and I, we're going to show you a quick warm up, and then we're going to show you some stretches. A lot of people have been telling me that they're having trouble with sciatic pain in their like lower back and in their butt. And then of course in their neck, because we're all sitting so much and we're like zoomed out. So definitely try these. It's very quick. It's not going to be super long today. So chime in if you have any questions or you want anything specific to be addressed today. We can absolutely help you. We'll save that till the end though. So Mara, you ready to warm us up?
I am, yeah. So we never want to stretch cold. So we're going to start with a warm up just in case people are coming into this cold right now. And then what you want is you want to make sure that you have a stretching tool. So something that is like arm's distance. Yeah. So you can use a towel if you're at home. You can use a scarf. I'm using a stretch belt that we use at the studio. You can use a yoga belt, but anything that's arm's distance. All right.
So if we don't have something like that handy, like me, I don't have that hand. I have it. I just don't physically have it in my room with me. Is it okay?
It's going to be harder to do the stretches without a belt.
I'm pretty flexible. So
that's a towel, like even a towel is fine, or even a t-shirt or a short, anything that's arm's distance.
I'm gonna try it without, and then I'll pretend like I'm holding one. How does that sound?
And you can also, people could see what you're doing. It's an option if they don't have as a modification.
Awesome.
All right. Perfect. Let's get moving. So we're going to start standing up tall. All right. We're simply going to march our legs and arms. Now, this is not cardio. This is warming up for stretching. So this isn't about pumping your arms really fast. Okay. Lifting opposite knee. Okay. Not the same knee, not like this. Opposite. So you get the oppositional stretch already happening in your torso, and straighten those arms. So you get a nice reach and stretch. We're already stretching here, people. We're warming up, but we are already stretching. And then let's just stop and balance, reaching those arms long, pressing through your standing legs. You get that stretch through your thigh. Let's go 5 more marches. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're on the other side, stretching the other side. Pressing through that standing leg. Yeah, no bent knees. Pressing that stretch through your thigh. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Yeah, if you're getting that stretch, you're already working on those muscles that play on your lower back. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Good, and release. Let's separate our feet hip width apart. Okay, so hip width apart means in line with your hip bones. We talk a lot about alignment at Stretchsource, and we align the bones, not the muscles, because that's all different. And that changes. Bones, hips and ankles, bend the knees. Take your arms out to the side, only as high as you can go without straining your neck. Okay, so we're already stretching, not straining here. Arms stretching back and down for backwards arm circles. Again, this is not cardiovascular, this is stretching. So I want you to reach, particularly in the backwards range of motion. We're already warming up those shoulders and those neck muscles and stretching them out. Finishing those arms forward. Go ahead and drop and reverse. Now really drop the arms so that they let go, the muscles release and circle. And it's not about muscling it, it's about stretching. Keep those arms nice and straight. 2 more. Last one, and we're going to finish this one out to the side. Okay, shoulders are relaxed. Rotate those palms to the ceiling. Reach those hands so far away that you have to lift your chest to the ceiling. Looking up, getting a stretch through the front of your body and all those muscles that play on your neck. Good. Drop the arms. Drop your chin. We call this zippering down. Imagine your spine is like a zipper pulling apart. Drop your chin. Your head is the buckle. Undo the zipper of your spine, one vertebrae at a time. Coming all the way to the floor. Make sure you're breathing. Okay, breathing brings tranquility rather than stress. If you're holding your breath, you're straining in your muscles. We want a deep breath. Hang over your legs here. Bend your knees as much as you need to bring your hands to the floor. Go ahead and shake your head, yes and no. Just release that tension in the neck. We're going to walk out to a plank. So walk away from your feet until you're in a nice, long, straight position. Into a downward dog. Send your buttocks to the ceiling. Press your feet into the floor. For any of our yogis out there, this should feel pretty comfortable. For those new to it, going to the best press that's comfortable for you. Make sure you're breathing. Back to plank. Control your knees down to the floor. Nice and easy. Release your feet. Go ahead and sit back into child's pose. If you have knee issues, don't press back so far. Only go back as far as you can without straining your knees. Okay, for those that can sit back further, go ahead and do it. Remember, stretching should always feel good. It should not feel strenuous. If it's strenuous, you need to let go of the stretch. It should always feel good. Good. Come on onto all fours. And let's go ahead and sit down and swing our legs around to the front of us. So if you're on a mat, you want to take your feet to the edge of your mat so you have room to lay down behind you. Okay, if you have a belt, you can follow me in the belt laying down. If not, you could just lie on down onto your side. For those that have a belt, place it over your feet. Sitting up nice and tall, drop your chin, and go ahead and roll back until you come all the way to the floor. And we will all meet on our back here. Okay? For those that have a belt, go ahead and take your left foot out. We're going to work with our right foot. Send your right leg to the ceiling. This is the first stretch you want to do. Now, this looks probably very familiar. Couple of things with the technique of the hamstring that people do wrong and then don't get the benefit to their lower back and their hamstrings. For a moment, look up and check your bottom foot. Make sure it is in line with the center of your body and it's not out to the side. Okay, so if I was to face you guys, right, I want my leg in alignment with my hip. I don't want it out and I don't want it in. I want it right in line. Okay, next thing. When we lift our leg up, we don't want to pull it so hard that the knee begins to bend. This is incorrect position for this number 2. It's better to lower your leg and have a straight knee so you get that stretch behind the leg. All right, so let's find a good position here where our legs are in alignment. We're feeling a stretch behind our knee, and you want to hold it for 15 to 30 seconds. And make sure you're breathing. If you're holding your breath, again, you're not relaxed. And you want to have the nervous system to be calm during stretching so that the muscles can benefit most from the exercise. All right, from here, we're going to take the belt with our left hand, and we're going to take our right arm out to the side, and we're going to let that leg fall over to the left side for an IT band stretch. Your right hip can come off the floor. And that's fine, as long as, again, you're keeping a nice straight leg. Don't pull so hard that you strain in your upper body. The upper body should feel relaxed. And then we hold for 15 to 30 seconds. Good. Let's raise it back up to the ceiling, lower it down. And let's do the same thing on the other side so you guys walk out nice and even today. You don't want to be lopsided. So let's go with the left leg, lift it up. Again, lifting it to a height where you start to feel a stretch, making sure the back of the knee is long, and then looking at the bottom leg, making sure it's in good alignment. And then adjusting your arms on the belt so they're nice and comfortable. And we're holding here. 15 to 30 seconds. How you doing, Lois?
I'm doing awesome. I love this. This is so much fun. I have a quick question for you. From a breath perspective, I know I always recommend breathing exercises anytime I'm exercising. Is there anything that anybody should be doing from a breath perspective from your method?
They should just be breathing. Like what happens is when people pull too hard into a stretch, they tighten in their chest muscle and they tighten and shallow their breathing. Yeah. So if you cannot take full deep breaths, you need to lessen your stretch. If you're pulling so hard that your chest is tightening and your breathing is shallow, that's a clear indication that you've gone too far with your stretch and it's not benefiting you. So you want nice deep breath. Your body should feel relaxed and it should feel good. Stretching should not hurt. Does that answer?
Excellent answer.
Awesome. All right, let's take that belt into the right hand for those that have one. Left arm out to the side. Take that leg across your body to the right side for a nice IT band stretch. This is really going to open up that sacral spine for those with sciatica issues, making space in the lower part of the spine and through the hip. And again, it should feel good. So no strain, just breathe, nice deep breath, relax into it. Good, bring it back up to center. And let's lower that leg down. Great, everyone. Let's roll onto our sides and just push up to sitting. And let's get some upper body stretching in for those of you who are struggling with neck and shoulder issues from all this computer sitting and remote learning and Zooming. So again,
can I just pause you there for 1 second? I just want to note something that you did really nicely, and it's something that I recommend to everyone all the time. If you didn't notice how Mara got down onto the floor and how she gets up, watch she goes sideways and she kind of trails her head behind. Now, if you notice that that's the safest way, so I'm gonna have her do it one more time so you can see. Watch her in slow motion. Isn't that such a nice way? When you go down to the floor or you lie in bed at night, it's really important that you make sure that you do this type of roll out of bed in the morning. It's very beneficial for your back as well as your neck.
Yeah, I love that you said that, Lois, and pinpointed that, because that's something that we teach at the Stretchsource studio and our clients get up and down from our tables, because we invest all this time in stretching, right? We invest all this time in strengthening. We invest all this time in cardio to get our bodies all aligned and in a good place. And then what do we do for the twice a day? We get in and out of bed and we undo all the work by like doing so. Yeah, by like throwing ourselves in the bed and yanking ourselves up, right? And then we're dealing with back pain all day. So I'm really glad that you mentioned that. That's something that we do at the studio, and I appreciate you pinpointing it today as well. So awesome. All right, so let's get into upper body. So for those of you that have a belt, we're going to place our belt over our left shoulder. All right, and we're going to close off our belt at hip height and just take hold of it. So we have this nice little loop. All right, and for those that don't, you could just follow the movement. But when you're holding with a belt, you don't want to pull on your shoulder because that's going to strain the neck muscles. You're just sitting nice and easy, and then we're just going to let the ear fall over to the side. All right, and that just gives us a nice stretch to the side of our neck. Now, if you need more, you can add a hand, but I have to mention the neck muscles are so tiny, and there's this 10-pound weight that they carry around all day. So sometimes less is better. And just letting it naturally stretch on its own is the way to go.
I kind of like to hold down. If you don't have a band, you can just press down gently with your hand on your shoulder.
Absolutely.
Press the arm away. That can help too.
Absolutely. And then from here, we're going to drop the nose and just give a little twist of the neck. And again, you could grab hold of the top of the head. Or like Lois mentioned, if you want to just reach the opposite hand away from you. And then you can add the hand to pull a little harder. That's something you need at that moment. And then let's just lift the nose up and retrograde back to center. Let's go ahead and switch over to the other side. So we walk out nice and even. Okay. Positioning, good alignment. Always make sure you're aligned well. You're not sitting sideways, or even if I'm standing or sitting, I'm not forward or back of my center. You really want to make sure you're stacked up perfectly in the center. So you can do this in a chair or standing if that is more conducive to getting you in proper alignment. All right, let's let that ear fall over to the side, away from the belt. And of course, if you added your hand on one side, you want to mimic the same thing on this side, so you're working both sides evenly. When we begin to overstretch one side more than the other, this causes imbalances that then result in injury. So it's really important that even though one side is more flexible, you don't overstretch it. All right, let's drop that nose to the shoulder, get that twist of the neck. And again, add the hand if that's something you need today or did on the other side. Good. Lift the nose up. And then return back to center. Last thing I'm going to show you. So if you don't have a belt, you could certainly bring your hands together. For those that have a stretching tool, so you can bring your hands together or hold your belt. Okay, bringing the hands close together, press down to the floor, and then I want you to pull your hands away. Get a nice stretch in the front of your chest. Nice opener here for all the shrugging we do all day long, looking down at a computer, with a phone. This is just a great simple way to open up those chest muscles and counter all of that retraction with some extension. Good, and release. Nice. Good, Lois. I know we're short on time.
That was awesome. That was really good. Just a quick little stretching session just to give you a couple of different things. It's not rocket science, but it is science. So make sure you take the time to take care of you all the time. You first, put your oxygen mask and your COVID-19 mask on first, and make sure that you're taking care of you first. Let's just see if we had any questions come in. We didn't have any questions come in yet, but that's okay. If you do have questions, please take a second and message us. We would be happy to answer them after the fact. But Mara, you're such a wealth of information, and I appreciate you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to my audience today and give them some fun tools. And, you know, sometimes they hear it from me, clients hear it from me or my team, and they just need to hear it from another source. So I'm so grateful that Stretchsource was able to come today. Thank you, Jen. We appreciate it. Thanks for chiming in and watching today. And again, thanks, Mara, for coming in. So again, if you would like to learn more about Stretchsource, I'll put Mara's email or website address back in the bottom. She is in Boonton, New Jersey, and they are wonderful. So I highly recommend that you go check them out. And again, I'm Lois from Fitness Knocking. Thanks so much for watching today, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.